Welcome back, guys, to yet another episode of the Throwback Thursday. Today I'm featuring a special that we haven't really done yet, and I don't think that a lot of YouTube streamers do it right now. It will be a 2 versus 2 in Warcraft. One of the game modes that I enjoyed the most from that game, because I think it got a huge variety of tactics, just a huge variety of unit compositions, and overall I think okay, if big names collide, it's always a big clash in the one-on-one, but I think the 2 versus 2 is definitely more entertaining, maybe even for players, cause I think it comes more down to strategical choices than it actually comes down to the micro stuff. Of course, micro is also a big part always in RTS games, but I think in 2 versus 2, the decision making on the fly, as well as the unit composition and the overall strategical plan of your team, is way more important than the little micro skirmishes that go on in the early game. So we will jump into one of the games that I found for me and dArk. So dArk was my former teammate at alternate aTTaX. He's an orc player himself. He was also part of the EPS back in the day in Germany. He had decent success. He went also up for the runner-up in the EPS one time, I guess. And we also played on the national German team, also as a 2 versus 2 team, but also in the solo kind of segment of that team. So both of us kind of newcomers to the scene at this time, but already making a name for ourselves. We went up against all the top players in the WC3L, and we had decent success there with our human and orc combination. And our success even took over to China, and people started copying that strategy from one step to another. It was really cool for us to see that there were threads on replays.net. People were sharing our replays, were sharing ideas, were cheering for us, and we were for some time we were one of the best 2-on-2 teams in the world, I guess. So a lot of people were actually forward to see our 2 versus 2 against all the Korean teams, for example, and we always got a lot of support from all the guys. So right now we are up against Sweet. Sweet is the Korean Undead player, usually, the legend. He is going to play here for BET. It's the Beijing esports team, and his teammate will be WinNers. WinNers Reset. Also a Night Elf player here from Korea. Well, actually it is not WinNers Reset. WinNers Reset was another player. So here we have 2 Koreans, Rain and not Rain, Sweet and WinNers. And you can see that WinNers is going for the normal Demon Hunter, but he's skipping the Ancient of War right now. Oh no, he got the Ancient of War in a super greedy position. And on the other side, we have me spawning as the blue human here for alternate aTTaX. I'm going to play with my mate dArk. I said it to you guys. He's the orc player spawning here. And our tactics, we got quite a few tactics out there. So whenever we have a close position between the Night Elf player and me, especially on Gnollwood, where the traveling distance between bases is super small, we have this strategy that we push the Night Elf player to the edge. We try a tower rush while dArk is teching, and then he will transition into 2 Rex Raiders, 2 Bestiary Raiders, and then we can just ensnare everything down, focus everything down. The Night Elf tech will be so delayed that there's almost no chance that he can do anything here. So right now I have the early lumber mill. I got plenty of wood, almost 200. dArk on the other side is not teching yet. He's going for the archer here with his Blade Master. I cannot use the HP bar here in this replay since it's an older version and I have to downgrade my version from Warcraft here. So Sweet went for the creep spot here, went for the Goblin Merchant, got a Circlet of Nobility from the shop by buying it, as well as a Ring of Protection +2. My Archmage here is chasing the Demon Hunter away. He was mana burnt, no more Water Elementals. Ancient of War in a kinda greedy position here to creep more, but now going a little bit back. Sweet getting a shop in between bases, great thing to have. And we kinda see that there's a tech going on for WinNers Reset. Oh, not WinNers Reset, for WinNers. And at this point we went okay guys, there's no Hunter's Hall. What do we do now? There's just an Ancient of War far away from that base. So let's just give it a try and send all the militia that I got. You can see a few of them remain in my main base while dArk is already attacking. On the other side, let's compare the tech at the same speed. He had to cancel his tech, Mr. WinNers. And now we try to apply as much pressure as we possibly can. Almost a surround on the Demon Hunter there. Putting a lot of pressure on him. He's dropping super low. Had to use most of the juice. Ancient of War was killed twice. dArk is going for another Moonwell cancel here. My Archmage has to retreat. We got the dust. Now we can kill that archer if he's not paying attention. Workers are retreating a little bit. We will get a tower in place sooner or later. No boots of speed for our opponents, so there's actually no chance of killing that Archmage yet. Still has to be careful. So the workers are being attacked. The great thing here from Sweet, he knows that he has to kill the worker. First guard tower goes up. You can see an almost a surround here, but the archers are taking care of the guard tower. That one will fall. I'm losing all the workers here. Just one peasant remains. Tower goes down, and I think at this point we realize that the tower rush is already over and we kind of failed. Archmage had to go back, like far back. He's down to 100 HP. Blade Master is dropping lower and lower. But the tech is still not started for the Knight of player. So our strategy overall was not to kill the Knight of player at this point, but just to throw him back as hard as we can. So right now I start teching because I still got a few workers here that give me enough lumber to actually tech and support everything on tier 2. dArk is about to hit tier 2 already. This Blade Master has to be a little careful. I lose another footman here, and now the Blade Master from Sweet comes in and is going... Oh, nice. dArk got the boots of speed in time so that he can actually retreat from that and will go back to his main base and heal up. So Knight of player still not started the tech. I'm already teching. dArk is about to be done with his tech. Not too much experience points for either of the heroes that actually fended off that tower rush. Blade Master level 2 of course, but not such a big deal. Archmage going for the level 2 right away now. 2 bestiaries for Sweet as well as the Shadow Hunter. We can see the very same stuff on dArk side. Right now it's just one bestiary and the Shadow Hunter, but I think he will follow it up as soon as he get the resources. There it is. Second one is there. I get 2 towers because it always gives you, like, how do I put it? When you put pressure on your opponent and he fends it off, usually what happens, it causes more pressure towards your own stuff. So whenever you apply pressure to your opponent, just keep in mind that this pressure will be countered by a little bit more counter pressure. Now nice move here from dArk, sitting there with the Windwalk, going on top of things, going for the Demon Hunter kill and finishing that one off. Too bad that the creep was killed off by Team BET. But now the grunts are fairly low here, you can see it. A lot of them are poisoned and in a very bad position. The Blade Master is surrounded here, but dArk is trying to kill that one. Not sure why he actually went for that. He still got enough mana to use a Windwalk, so it was maybe not the best idea. Oh, such a nice round. Definitely taking a screenshot out of that. Not happening, yeah, not really happening all that often. So nice surround. Back in the days I was really good at surrounding. When I watch my replays sometimes from like old games, I really feel that I was a lot better when it comes down to the unit control that I need for a surround. So I'm also about to hit tier 2. We can see that WinNers is at 50% tech, and for Mr. Sweet, one of his grunts got caught out of position here in the middle, and with the Shadow Hunter Hex we are able to finish that one off. Blade Master level 3 is sticking around, but there's yet another unit being hexed, and we are going to finish off the archer as well. And now a Shadow Hunter comes here from Sweet. He applies a lot of pressure towards my Archmage. I have to be careful. Hex from dArk on the Blade Master from Sweet here to prevent the Blade Master from chasing my hero, but in the very same situation, his own Shadow Hunter gets almost killed here. I'm trying to block the Shadow Hunter from the opponent. Now the Blade Master goes on the Shadow Hunter from dArk and finishing that one off. Kinda greedy. If he had Ensnare right now, we could kill the level 3 Blade Master here most likely. But the units from BET are just too many. 5 archers, 2 grunts here and 3 heroes. We just lost the Shadow Hunter. My second hero is not yet out. Let's see what's going on. The Blade Master from dArk has to be careful. He's still got a Town Hall. He's being hexed right now by Sweet. He's going for the kill here, but with the boots of speed he should be able to retreat from that scenery. Nice Ensnare here on the Blade Master from Sweet, and another surround on Sweet's Shadow Hunter here. So both of the Shadow Hunters actually died. Defense upgrade kicks in for my footman. Now the Demon Hunter being caught out of position, being ensnared once again. Blade Master has to be careful, can actually die here. The defense footmen are doing a good job against the archers. Now we see raiders coming for Sweet as well, but I think they lost way too much. They lost a few grunts. The Shadow Hunter for both of the players went down. No second hero for me yet. Oh, there he actually is, the Mountain King and the Shadow Hunter. Just great tier 2 units. tier 2 heroes, because when they come out they are super strong. You can hex units of your opponents, you can stun units of your opponents. If they don't TP out, they will lose a lot of units when they try to retreat from battlegrounds. So we can see the tier 3 take for me, which is kind of common against Orc Knight, of course, against Kodo Beast, against Spirit Walkers, and against Dryads. Mortar teams with shards just provide so much damage that it just splatter everything. There's no chance for the opponents to kill them. Usually, because when you dive in with your Blade Master and try to snipe them, you can be hexed, you can be bolted, you will be ensnared, and then they easily die. So by applying a lot of pressure early on and just delaying the tech for the Knight of player, you can see how far behind he actually is. He's just getting his lures, and my tech is finished and I'm on tier 3 right now, getting the Paladin, getting one attack upgrade for the units. On the other side, I think Dark's on 50 supply. Yes, he is. 50 supply raiders, and now going for the pillage upgrade as well, since we are trying to raid the bases as hard as we can. We can actually also split push. I can try to push with my mortar teams, but he can also try to push another base with the raiders. It's just a great tool to have when the Knight of opponent is going for bears. We can ensnare them, can retreat from that, and then we can just easily kite them into the mortar teams and just providing a lot of damage. Now we see that the Orc player is kind of out of position. One of the raiders instantly bolted, the other one being ensnared, and we kill 2 of them off here right away. We'll also kill the Voodoo Launch here, and first mortar team coming to the army here. And it's looking good. We're getting a second mortar team. Paladin is done. Fragmentation shard upgrade is being researched, and at this point it's like basically the Orc player is feeding me. Because you need all the resources in the world to get a really strong army. So the raiders and the pillage give Dark a little bit more gold from, or you're actually not stealing it from your opponent, but you're getting a little bit more gold whenever you attack. And he gives me these resources to get knights, to get mortar teams, and just to get all the unit that I need to have a really strong army in addition to his forces. Of course, the raider provides a nice front there, like a really nice front line, but on the other hand, you definitely need units with a high DPS here. Now the fight is breaking out between Sweet and Dark on the other side. I'm sieging the main base of WinNers, and WinNers is in a really bad spot here. He got 2 Dryads, 4 Archers, 2 Heroes that don't have impressive hero levels. Dark Shadowhunter goes up to level 2 using a hex on the Blade Master from Sweet. So the Shadowhunter dies, but the hero that is being hexed doesn't get any experience when units die around him or heroes die around him. In the meantime, I'm diving in, try to kill that Panda, but the Panda gets himself a nice healing potion. One of my Dryads drops super low, one of my Knights drops super low. In the return, I can kill one of the Dryads, but I cannot kill cannot heal the Knight right now since the mana on the on the Paladin is close to 0. Yeah, and the fight between Dark and Sweet went in Dark's favor. You can see the mortar teams with the shard upgrade wrecking apart the Dryads here. Now the Demon Hunter out of position, a lot of ensnares going down on him. Blade Master is coming back here from Sweet, but it was not in time. He was buying a heal scroll as well as an Invo potion. Now going on that Archmage, but the mortar team's getting rid of the remaining Dryads. One lore is already down. Now the Blade Master is caught out of position, being ensnared, and as long as he's ensnared, even though he's windwalked, you can still see him. 3 mortar teams with 1 attack upgrade, few knights here. Panda level 2 is also being surrounded in between buildings, and this game is definitely ours to take here. The Archmage has to be a little bit careful, but since no heroes remain here for BET, it's definitely our game to take, and the Archmage can still run away. Dark doing a very good job getting all these units here, keeping them in position with the nice ensnare, and now we can finish them off as well. Bears come to the fight. He was also taking to tier 3, now losing his Altar of Elders. His reviving heroes will never see daylight again, and there's the GG from WinNers and Sweet for BET, and we were able to take that game here in the clan war between aTTaX and BET. I'm really sorry that I don't have more replays from that clan war, so the next replay will be between us and SK. It will be me and Dark playing against Remind and Soju, and I hope you're looking forward to it, and I will provide you some more Warcraft action in a few. So let me know some feedback, let me know if you liked it, and we're gonna jump into the next game right away.